Looking back in retrospect, I was a lot more chaotic then than I am now. And it felt like you were the adult in the room, but not in a bad way, in the sense that you had more life experience working with companies. And the first step for us was to bring that, to settle the electrons, to help bring the focus, because we were very chaotic, I remember. So step one was bring awareness that we need to focus. We didn't know that we needed to focus. Well, you read all the books, but you kind of made it real somehow. So you make a change when there's too much noise coming from something that's supposed to be boring, basically. Boring stuff is supposed to remain boring. I remember that was my top criteria. They should know their shit and know where the money is coming from. It's as simple as that. So when I met you, you seemed to know where the money is coming from. I mean, an entrepreneur is a natural-born firefighter to some extent, right? Because you need to deal with a lot of bullshit, like US bank, whatever. Because of that, people tend to get attracted to that, and they want to bring you in the middle of problems. And your need is quite the opposite, that you want to be outside of problems, not inside of problems. And when you meet somebody that has enough emotional maturity and ownership to actually keep a problem contained, you appreciate that. Ownership, accountability. And we saw how our cash situation were degrading. Until that point in time, we had been managing the company solely on cash flow, or so we called it. It was a spreadsheet. They get pissed at one point, so they operate on I got pissed basis. So, let's say accounting firm does mistake number one, whatever, admin shit, whatever. Mistake number two. And then when there's too much noise, you're like, I'm done with this shit. We were very uneducated, we didn't understand what a P&L was. So we didn't know what to do with it. So we were completely stuck, basically. We knew it was going down, but we didn't understand why. At least for me, the need that we had initially was the strategic partner. And that's why it mattered a lot that you really understood that the money actually comes from somewhere, from a bank, you don't only count it, it has to come somewhere. And for the admin part, I feel it's more of maintenance task, which has a lot of value in itself, but it is a bit of a different pain point, right?
I would say strategic comes in when there's a crisis, maybe. And when you're cruising, it's the boring admin.
I found out in time that people are very hesitant to recommend. You have to really trust the person. And I really trust your skills, and this is why I recommended you and going to keep doing so. And if they take the recommendation, the reaction you get is after 3 or 6 months. So usually it's there's a big lag time. They're like, what, I actually called Cami and we discussed, and oh my God, this and that and that.
Any last words of wisdom from Andrei?
Keep at it, if you want to build a company, don't die, My company's name is Vitamin Software. We built custom software for the US healthcare industry.